Tired of the political theater of our two-party system? Does it seem like every 2 years we are vetting the next president and recycling Congress for the candidate that smells least? While this process titillates some, it alienates many others. Around 40% of the voting population don't vote. As a democracy, the idea of family dynasties in politics should be appalling. Goodness, the way things look now, it may be a Bush-Clinton election in 2016. Applying the same re-election logic to the first woman president as we did to the first black president, we could be facing 8 more years of liberalism should Hillary win in 2016. That's 28 years, almost an entire generation, of either a Bush or a Clinton as president. We can do better than this. Politically, we are polarized. Democrats lean so far left they'd topple over, were it not for Republicans pretending to lean right. Republican primaries generally resemble a circular firing squad. The presidential candidate left standing is just that, left standing. There is little difference between the Democrat and eventual Republican presidential candidate other than the polarizing issues of his party: abortion, military spending, the right of every little boy to grow up and marry another little boy. In time for the 2010 midterms, the Tea Party movement erupted, shellacking Democrats at every level of government, but falling short of taking the Senate. The Tea Party movement, initially composed of elderly, law-abiding taxpayers protesting tax and spend policy, so threatened the liberals that an antithetical movement arose: Occupy Wall Street. Perhaps lending credence to these massed, unemployed youth protesting income inequality, repayment of student loans, and other equally weighty social issues would give both movements the appearance of fringe behavior. Realizing that their country was not soon to return to the days when the wealthy did not control most assets, the occupiers returned to their parents' basements to indulge in their chosen occupation. Republicans, rather than embracing the movement that restored the elephant's relevance, chose to distance themselves from the conservatives in their party. The Democrats will continue their trek towards socialism. Time for a third party? Fat chance. Third party ideas are co-opted by the mainstream institutions, obsoleting that third party. It's been said that the third party weakens the party from whence it sprang, ensuring victory for the party both appear to oppose. In our current PC world, it's unlikely a conservative candidate will win the presidency in the foreseeable future. It will require too many election cycles for conservatives to claim the Republican Party. So what if this next election, the elephant opts out of the circus? That's right, no primaries, no presidential candidate, no waste of taxpayers' money, nothing. This might put the onus on the voter to perhaps educate him or herself on the policy issues of the candidates that are running for office. Rather than mindlessly accepting the premise of a war on women, or that the minimum wage must be raised just because the other party opposes it, a voter might ask, why? Why are politicians unaccountable for the consequences of their policies? Why is it acceptable to bankrupt our grandchildren? Why do we continue to repeat the failures of yesteryear? Here's a suggestion. Let's call it Checkbox Democracy. Simply log onto your computer and select the individual or concepts you agree most with. Like the libertarian stance on economic policy? Check that box. Support the immigration policy of the liberals? Check that box. Can't get enough of laughing Joe Biden? Make him VP again and again. This being a democracy and all, you could also choose to keep doing what we've always done. Checkbox Democracy. What's the worst that could happen?